Hello, it's Deb, and I'm here at the Wealthy Thought Leader 2012, and we're standing outside the CBC studios on this beautiful sunny day, and I am with Shawn Driscoll from ShawnDriscoll.com. Now, I'm thrilled to have Shawn here because I've done some work with Shawn, and I would love to get her views on joy. So my first question for you, Shawn, is tell us about a moment that you had a truly joyful experience.
Oh, that's pretty easy, actually. It would be the first moment that I held my first child.
Ah, okay.
Right? So looking at that beautiful creature, this creation that was just so perfect in every way, and it was just a completely joyful moment, right? Everything about it was perfect.
Nice. So that makes me then ask, what is your definition of joy? How would you describe joy to our viewers?
I think for me, joy connects to expressing or living out something that you value. So for me, family and children are part of that experience. They're part of my values. So when I was holding this beautiful baby, that for me is joy. The same way, it's like something that, for me, joy is something that makes you come more alive, feel more alive. It's life.
So coming more alive and expressing your values, that's a really nice way to put it, because often people think that joy is just that woohoo moment, and certainly there can be a lot of joy in that woohoo moment, but the idea of expressing your values as a way of being joyful and connecting to joy is I really like that way of putting the way that you put that. Now, in addition to your children, what are some of the ways that you inject joy into your daily activities?
A physical space is important to me, so having, whether it be flowers in my office or joyful music, having something physical and tangible around me is part of how I do that. And then a lot of the work that I do is very intellectual and conversational, so it doesn't feel real. So for me, part of that makes me come alive, but part of it is how do I turn that into something more tangible and real that I can touch. So for me, it might be drawing a diagram or a model and putting that up as an expression of something I'm seeing. So I like to take these intangible ideas that bring me joy and find a way to link them to something tangible in my environment.
So it's kind of like making it visual for you, too.
Very visual. I'm a very visual person.
Yeah. So
everything's visual for me.
When you have something floating around and you have the feeling, making it even like you said, tangible and something you can actually see, it almost kind of doubles the joy in a way, doesn't it?
Exactly. For example, several years ago, I had this experience with a client where the feedback made me joyful, and so I went out that day and I bought a plaque that said "Believe." And I hung that up. And to this day, and this is probably 5-6 years this has been hanging in my space, I look at that and I remember that moment with that client that triggered me purchasing the sign that says "Believe."
I love it. That's a great way to bring joy into a more physical experience. So I appreciate that. And thank you very much for answering some of my questions and for being here. It's been a joy. Thanks for talking into the flower. And that is Shawn Driscoll from ShawnDriscoll.com talking to us a little bit about her views on joy.